future business leaders of America, a concept developed over 85 years ago. I, Delaney Imhoff, am here to bring you an inspiring story from an alumni of this great organization. I'm joined here today by Jeff Campbell. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
That's good. What years were you a participant in FBLA?
So I was in FBLA my sophomore, junior, and senior year. I served as vice president my junior year, and then I was president of the FBLA my senior year. So I wanted to get into some leadership positions within it. We had a strong backing of, I would say, probably 30 plus members.
Oh, wow.
The school was a little bit bigger at that time, so there's about 100 more kids, so you had a few more, but ran by Mr. Schultz was our advisor. And with the leadership roles, some of my responsibilities included, we had a school store.
Oh.
And so we had that where we would sell stuff, and it was kind of during like the lunch periods and that. It could be food, kind of candy goods. There's like pens in there, like Riverdale apparel, stuff like that. And I would my responsibility when I was president of it is that was kind of my responsibility to run the store.
Yes. How has this experience shaped your career and life today? Would you say that's helped you?
Oh, definitely. I think when you look at my role now as a district administrator, I do a lot of business components to my job. You're almost a little bit more in this role of a business person than you are necessarily like a day-to-day operations of a classroom or a school. And so in those leadership roles, the way I had to, you think it's the minor experiences that you have when you're younger. And so I had a lot of responsibility at that time to place on a senior to run the store, keep it stocked, keep track of the expenses of what we were buying, what we were, and making those decisions with the advisor. But it was more of just an overseer, and it was my job to make sure all of this was handled. I worked with the office and depositing the money and doing a lot of that stuff. So at that time, to put that in the role of a high school student, it was a big responsibility. And it's about as big as responsibility you can get at that age to be able to move on. And just the leadership that I had to do of working with others at that time. Also making sure, hey, you haven't worked your amount of shifts that you're supposed to work, asking to come in and kind of being a leader in that, and having those somewhat tough conversations with people that said, you need to be in here to work and this is your time to work. And, having those conversations as a young person allowed me to continue to develop in my leadership roles as where I'm at now.
Perfect. Thank you for answering my questions. I would say you've become pretty successful. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I like what I do. So
I would consider your story very inspiring. Thank you very much for doing this.
You bet.